Good morning, students. Myself, Major Komal Katyal, Department of Zoology, GK Govani Government College, Bhinmar. Today, we will discuss about the modern taxonomy, which is a part of classification as far as my lecture is concerned, and this is the second lecture on classification. Now, what is modern taxonomy? The modern taxonomy involves the early naming and classification system but with additional kingdom. Domain is the most general grouping. Say for example here, normally we read about the 5 kingdom system, and that too I explained in my previous lecture. Here we will discuss about the 6 kingdom system, which includes the archaebacteria. This is the ancient bacteria which live in harsh places, the eubacteria, the true bacteria, then the protist, the eukaryotic like amoeba and euglena, then the kingdom fungi, the mycota, which include the mushroom, molds and yeast, kingdom plantae, which includes all the green plants like the pteridophytes, bryophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms, and then the animalia, which includes all the animals beginning from porifera to chordates. Now this is the 3 kingdom classification, which includes the archaea, bacteria and eukaryota. The archaea has halophile and thermophiles, means living in those environments which have harsh condition. The bacteria includes the cyanobacteria, which means the blue-green algae, and the heterotrophic bacteria, which includes the modern bacteria. The eukaryota includes the fungi, animals, plants, and the rhodophytes, flagellates. All these are included in the eukaryota. Now, scientists use a variety of information in order to classify organisms. जो आधुनिक वर्गीकी है उसमें जो मुख्य आधार है वो 5 है। गुणसूत्र की संरचना, उनके जनन की प्रक्रिया, उनका जैव रासायनिक संगठन, homologous structure and analogous structure. It means it includes the chromosome structure, the reproductive potential, the biochemical and the protein makeup comparison, the homologous and analogous structures. All are included in the modern taxonomy. Now first let us discuss about the chromosomes. As you can see here, the karyotype, which suggests the closer relationship, and it indicates the similar DNA or RNA structure by comparing the base sequence. Take the example, the human have 46 chromosomes while chimpanzee have 48 chromosomes, and even differences show the relatedness. As you can see, chimpanzees have 2 smaller chromosomes pair we don't have, while humans have 1 larger chromosome pair, that is the pair number 2, and the chimpanzee don't have that. The second one is the reproductive potential. If 2 organisms can interbreed and produce fertile offspring, they are considered of the same species. कहने का मतलब ये है, अगर 2 जीव आपस में जनन करके एक संतति उत्पन्न करते हैं और वो संतति वापस संतति उत्पन्न करने में सक्षम होती, मतलब एक जननक्षम संतति उत्पन्न करती है, तो उन दोनों जीवों को हम एक ही जाति का मान सकते हैं. The biochemical makeup. The biochemical makeup is include the comparison of macromolecules such as proteins. Similar amino acid sequence in proteins indicate similar organism. अगर एक तरह के अमीनो अम्ल की श्रृंखला है तो वो एक ही तरह के प्रोटीन का निर्माण होता है. The macromolecules, say for example, number of amino acids that differ from human the hemoglobin polypeptide with total chain length is 146 amino acids. And let us compare this hemoglobin with other. The difference is 8 in rhesus monkey, 27 in mouse, 45 in chicken, 67 in frog, and 125 in lamprey. So the number of amino acids which differ are gradually increasing as the species is distant from the human being. Now the morphology based on shape and function, you can see the forelimb of 4 mammals: human, cat, whale, and bat. In human being, the forelimb, that is the arm, is basically used for variety of purposes, while in the case of cat, it is generally used for walking, running, or jumping on the terrestrial environment. In case of whale, the paddle is present, and this paddle is generally used by whale for swimming, while again in case of bat, the forelimb is modified in the form of a wing and it is used for flying. Now let us compare these two forelimbs, one of bat which is used for flying, and second one the human being. Now such structures are known as homologous structure. It means the embryological source of similar structure indicate a possible common ancestor. Means both have same constituent bones like humerus, radius ulna, carpals, metacarpals, and phalanges, but they are used for different purposes, but their embryogeny is same. The bat wing and human arm develop from same embryonic structure. Now the second one, that is the analogous characteristics. The analogous characteristics have similar function but different embryological origin. कहने का मतलब ये है कि कार्य उनका समान होता है पर उनका जो भ्रूणीय उत्पत्ति है, भ्रूणी उत्पत्ति क्या होती है, वो अलग अलग होती है. Now take the example of bird wing and a butterfly wing. जो पक्षी का पंख है या तितली का पंख है, दोनों का एक ही कार्य है, दोनों उड़ने में सहायक होते हैं. The analogous characteristics evolved separately. It means the bird wing and butterfly wing both are evolved separately, but organisms are also not closely related. Bird belong to chordate with the class Aves, while butterfly belong to phylum Arthropod and it is a lepidopteran insect. So they are not closely related, but in both cases flying is occurring due to presence of a wing. दोनों के अंदर पंख की उपस्थिति की वजह से वो उड़ पा रहे हैं. Now what are the difference between the homologous and analogous? The analogous characters, the functions are same as I have told you, but different in the underlying structure. The homologous characters include they have different functions but similar structure inherited from a common ancestors. Now what is a dichotomous key? A dichotomous key, it means we are talking about certain characters and then bifurcating it further and again bifurcating it further to know the physical characteristics of an organism. It is made up of couplets of opposing meaning. कहने का मतलब यह है कि दो विपरीत लक्षण के आधार पर हम क्या करते हैं, इस प्रकार के कुंजी बनाते हैं जिसको हम डाइकोटोमस की बोलते हैं. Now take the example of this. The organism with 4 or 2 functional legs go to 2. An organism without 2 or 4 legs go to 3. It means 2 will go to organism without wings. They are the dog here. Second, organism with wings. Here it is Passer domesticus, the house sparrow. Now the organism with or without 4 legs go to 3. Now 3 include if organism is unicellular, you go to 4, and the 4 says if the organism swims freely in water, it is Balantidium. If organism is anchored to substrate, it is Stantor, again a protozoan. Now if organism is multicellular, then you go to 5. The 5 includes the type of nutrition or mode of nutrition. If it is heterotrophic, then you go to 6. And 6 includes the organism lives in ocean. Here there is the example of an animal, that is a fish. And if organism lives on land, here we have taken the example of king cobra, the Ophiopagus hana. And if we are talking about the organism is autotrophic, it means the organism is capable of synthesizing its own food. We go to 7. If an organism is like a tree, here we are talking about the pinus tree. And if it has a weak stem, it is a herb. So this is the way we can classify by using a key with the characters have opposite meaning. This is what we have studied so far. The kingdom includes eubacteria, archaebacteria, protista, fungi, plantae, and animalia. And the characters, the cell type in first 2, the prokaryote, and the last 4, it is eukaryote. If as far as the cell structure is concerned, in the first 2 the cell wall is present with peptidoglycan, while in the case of next 3 the cell wall is present, and in some cases it is of cellulose, in some cases it is of chitin, and in the plantae it is made up of cellulose. The chloroplasts are present, while in the case of animalia the chloroplast is absent as well as there is no cell wall. As far as number of cells are concerned, the eubacteria and archaebacteria are unicellular, protista are mostly unicellular, while the multicellular are fungi, plantae, and animalia. There are some exceptions in fungi. Mode of nutrition is concerned, eubacteria, archaebacteria, protista can be autotroph or heterotroph, while fungi and animalia are heterotroph, plantae are autotrophs. And in the last, the examples are given of each kingdom from eubacteria, the streptococcus, methanogens in archaebacteria, protist, amoeba, paramecium, mushroom and yeast in fungi, mosses, fern and flowering plants in plantae, and sponges, insect, fishes and mammals in the case of kingdom Animalia. So this is all about briefing of classification. Thank you.